The terrible fate of the son of the Titan Iaptos, kindly Prometheus, benefactor to mankind, has echoed down through the ages, eternally told as an anecdote of the terrible nature of Zeus, impeller of the clouds, and his tyrannical nature. But what is the true nature of wily Prometheus, and what drove him to defy and to fool the great king of the gods? Hi, I'm Kevin McLean. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links below. There are many and differing stories about Prometheus, but in each, the nature of the god is the same. Some say that it was Prometheus who gave critical aid to Zeus during his great battle with the Titans and overthrew his father Kronos. He was the son of Iaptos, and most often the goddess Clymene. His name likely is derived from Forethought, and indeed it is this quality which makes him both a benefactor and a trickster. His father Iaptos means the piercer, symbolized the western pillar of the world, and likely the lifespan or mortality of living things, with the west symbolizing finality and death. His sons Prometheus and Epimetheus are thought in various tales to have created mortal creatures, including man. The earliest account of Prometheus is found in the work of Hesiod. There he is listed as brother of Menatios, meaning the ill-fated passion, and Epimetheus, afterthought, and great Atlas, meaning endures. Menatios is struck down by the thunderbolt of Zeus for his hubris. Atlas must endure holding the sky. It is said that the gods and men had a dispute, and there Prometheus, who cut up the sacrificial meat of the ox, portioned it to man and gods, but he did not portion it the same. He piled the meat and the choice selections in one pile, and he put the bones and the fat in another, but disguised it to look appetizing. With this he fooled Zeus, great king of the gods, or Zeus allowed himself to be fooled, playing along with the trick. But he was furious, saying, "Son of Iaptos, clever above all, so, sir, you have not yet forgotten your cunning arts." As punishment, Zeus, who drives the clouds, refused to give the power of fire to the race of men born of the ash trees. In other tales, Zeus takes the gift of fire away, but wily Prometheus stole the fire, concealing it in a fennel stalk, and brought it to man. When Zeus saw the far-seen ray of the fire, his heart filled with anger, and he devised an equally crafty retribution. He had Hephaestus form the first woman from the earth, and Athena dress her beautifully. She was the first woman made by Zeus to be an evil to mortal men, but one they could not do without. According to Hesiod, it was Epimetheus who took from Zeus the first woman, and cursed mankind to this fate. In other traditions, it is Prometheus and Epimetheus who create mortal creatures, or in others, distribute to them particular qualities. Epimetheus distributes almost all of the qualities he has to give to the animals, leaving men naked, weak, and shoeless. Desperate to give these poor creatures a chance, Prometheus, seeing his brother's foolish decisions, stole the arts of Hephaestus, Athena, and the fire with them. In others, he is said to be the father of Deucalion, of whom is told the Greek story of the Great Flood. And it was Prometheus who told Deucalion to build the boat to survive the ravages of Zeus. In all cases, Prometheus is depicted as a character sympathetic to the plight of mortal men, teaching them art and granting them fire, and for this he is punished severely. For 30,000 years he was chained to a mountain in the Caucasus, where an eagle ate at his liver, which would grow back every night. But eventually he was freed by Hercules, or was let loose by Zeus, as a reward for telling him how he might avoid being overthrown like his father was. Many have thought Prometheus as a reflection of an ancient god of fire, and this is likely correct in a particular way, but precisely in connection with the fire of the mind. Hence his name, Forethought. His gift to man, then, which set humans apart from animals and angered Zeus, was not so much particularly fire as what it represents. The forethought of man which allowed him to manipulate the environment and attempt to create their own destiny through art, culture, and technology. In many ways it echoes the concept of Adam and Eve eating the fruit from the tree of good and evil. The mental qualities Prometheus gave to man set him apart from nature. His brother, Epimetheus, in contrast, represents natural instinct, the type of knowledge possessed by animals and the lower nature of man, which is also why he is the one to have been beguiled by the gift of women as he followed instinct. Thus, through forethought, man was able to gain the knowledge of fire and the arts, unlike animals. But it also allows them to engage in strife against the cosmic order administered by Zeus, and it is for this reason Prometheus was punished. Perhaps symbolic of the punishment of man, who use this gift, but who also live in torment because of it. It is variously said that originally man could foresee their own doom, and that Prometheus took away that gift, giving instead hope. For the suffering of mortals who foresaw their own death was too great. In Athens, Prometheus was sometimes linked to the cult of Hephaestus and Athena, and there is a myth that it was he who helped birth the goddess from the head of Zeus. Associated with fire and thought, it is easy to see why he was so connected. The craftsman always needs forethought. It is the mental faculties of man that best explain the myths and nature of Prometheus. Always he is striving to better himself, free himself from the forces of the cosmos which might harm him. But if not bound, then easily he may fall into hubris and begin to strive against the very order of nature. Thus Zeus bound him until that forethought is tamed and directed to perceiving the order of the gods and serving it. This mental faculty may have originally been linked to fire, and may have been part of an original fire deity. And so it is possible that Prometheus is an aspect of an earlier fire god, but his direct role in myth is best understood by understanding him as forethought, which brings benefits to man, but also dangers. I hope you liked that video, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and check out our Patreon page to make specific video requests and see Patreon exclusive content. As always, stand tall.